episode 6 now of Canaries Calling. We've got a huge game today, probably the biggest game of the season so far, or definitely the biggest game of the season so far. We take on second place Newcastle. You see we're still top of the league, we're a point clear of them. We've only lost 3 games all season. Newcastle have lost 6. We've had 4 more draws than they've had, which is why we're only a point clear of them, despite the fact we've lost 3 games less than them. We'll take a look at what's been going on. We've had a couple of disappointments, but in the most part it's been pretty decent. We'll take a look at a pick of the goals from these games. Like I said, a couple of disappointments. Got knocked out of the FA Cup in the 4th round by QPR. Felt this was a game we should have won, to be honest. I did change up a few players. You've got to give players a rest here and there. Generally been going with a pretty settled 11. And we were punished, really. Matt Smith and Luar getting the goals for QPR. And we let a 2-goal lead slip. In fact, we were 2-0 up after 11 minutes. Then Cardiff came back in the second half, scored 3 goals against us and beat us 3-2. Other than that, it's all green all the way through. So January's been and gone. It's the 14th of February. There wasn't any more signings in or signings out. So it's been a pretty quiet season really on the transfer front. Joshua Noma has been starting to get a few games for us though. He's now made 3 starts for the club. He scored a goal, got an assist, got an average rating of 7.10. He's been playing a bit of a mixture really. He's been playing in behind the striker as the attacking midfielder, but I've also tried him a couple of times as a box-to-box midfielder and he's done pretty well there as well. That's probably going forward a role I'm going to try and introduce him to and train him up to. I think if we click on there, he's a really well-rounded player. Like I said in the last episode, he's only going to get better. He's only 19 years old. Decent physicals, strength can be improved. It's not vital as you can see. Stamina again can be improved, and everything can be improved with him. But he's a nice all-round player, and I can definitely see box-to-box midfielder being perhaps a role that I'm going to look to really develop him into. So we had a few players that wanted to leave. Tim Close, we couldn't get a deal done. He's still wanted by 16 clubs, but we couldn't get a deal done there. Who else was it? Carl Lafferty turned down Wigan. We had a deal agreed for him, but he decided he didn't want to go there. They weren't going to pay enough money. And then we didn't have any more offers for any more players. And I wasn't really looking to actively sell anybody. So I'm pretty calm about this game actually. We've got a 10-point lead over 3rd place, which is Brighton at the moment. So the team we're going with is Ruddy in goal. We've got Pinto, Bennett, Close and Gilks at the back 4. Gruich and Anoma playing as the box-to-box midfielder like I was just talking about because Howson has got an injury. Wilshide, Houlihan and Josh are the attacking midfielders and Cameron Jerome plays up front on his own. Do have Alex Pritchard back who's been out for a little while now, a couple of weeks injured. So it's good to see him back on the bench, but he's not getting in ahead of Wilshide at the moment who's having a really good run of form. Here we go, the first highlight is Houlihan with a corner. Jerome's attacking it, he gets there first. Really close to the keeper came flying out of his goal. But Jerome got there at the near post. Beat everyone, he had a lot of defenders in round the 6-yard box there. So a lot of players in the 6-yard box. But Jerome tagged that so well, got above everybody. Newcastle defence was so static there. And we take a 1-goal lead, just coming up to 10 minutes into the game. Here's Richie for Newcastle. Can they respond straight away? Shelby out to Anita on the overlap. Finds Shelby again in acres of space. Atsu. Here's Gale. In for Iose. Oh, straight at the ruddy. That was a really good chance there for Newcastle. Only 50 seconds after we scored. Richie with the free kick. It's cleared away. Now Whiteside can bring this one away. He uses pace. Playing the spot by Iose's back. Good work rate by him there. Oh, good blocking. Here's Jerome. Now Hanley gets there first. It's played back to Darlow. So he lumps it forward looking for Gale. Centre backs win that, but we can't pick up the second ball. Oh, Noma's beaten by Ose. Is Atsu. Tons of pace. Atsu gets a cross in. Gale's going to score there. And we didn't have the lead for very long. A couple of minutes. Really good ball by Iose to find Atsu. He used his pace, get away from him in a nice low cross. Gale's never going to miss that, even though he made a decent attempt at it. Here's their long, trying to find Gale. We win it, but we don't win that second ball again. Here's Atsu. Is this going to be a repeat? He's gone quite wide. He gives it away. Jerome needs to hold it up. He does well there. Is a Noma. Who can he find who wants it? Still going with it. Finds Houlihan in some space. Good ball out for Pinto. Now get the cross in. He does. Josh, come on, yes. Really good cross. Josh gets his 9th goal of the season. Great ball by Houlihan to find Pinto. Nice, pretty low cross. In for Josh. Just cushions it past the keeper. Corner for Newcastle's end-to-end stuff this game at the moment. Need to get it away. Oh, and they equalise again a couple of minutes later. God's sake. Match Richie. Half of football this been then. Another corner goal. Richie this time. Houlihan. Diving header. People on the line. We couldn't keep it out. Quite a scrappy goal there. Sure, it's not going to be another one before half time. It comes in. Oh, it's completely missed Bennett. Oh, and he can't tuck it home. Still going. Anita's going to bring it away. Here's Newcastle. Shelby. For Richie. Iose. Gale's in here. Oh, and he makes it 3-2. Second goal of the game. We're going to go in behind. Can't help thinking that's going to be a winner as well, the way Football Manager quite often goes. You have a first half with loads of goals, second half is absolutely nothing. Hopefully we won't give up. Suspicions of offside? I don't think so. Good finish by Gale at the near post. And actually, when you look at our ratings, apart from Josh and Jerome who got the goals, we're absolutely having a shocker out there. I'm going to tell them that as well. Little bit of a risk there because Josh and Jerome could have got demotivated by that, telling them to show a bit of desire, but hopefully that's fired them up. We might get a bit more of a performance out of them in the second half. Certainly defensively. Hour on the clock, there's nothing going on at all. I mean, Gruich off for Dorrans. And what we're going to do is Cameron Jerome scored and he's still on a 6.9. So he's having a bit of a shocker, really. Bring Wilson on, he can go as an advanced forward instead of a defensive forward. Actually, in fact, triple substitution, sod it.
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
Just going to do it. Welshite can come off, Pritchard can come on. We're into the final 10 minutes and there's nothing going on at all. We've only had 2 shots on target the whole bloody game. Both of them were goals. Oh, it's just drifted away. I predicted it, didn't I? Just know it. We're playing this game. You have a first half with loads of goals. The second half, you can guarantee nothing happens. And it's just going to peter out. Newcastle have got the result here. I'm pretty gutted about that, actually. Just before the game, I said I wasn't worried about the result. Oh, it's fine. We're going to get promoted. But we took the lead twice and we threw that away in the end. The second half, we just did absolutely nothing. I'm going to tell them it wasn't good enough, motivated and fired them all up. Luckily, Brighton have lost to Ipswich, although as a Norwich manager I shouldn't ever want Ipswich to win, but done us a favour because it's kept us 10 points clear. It hasn't made a great deal of difference, except that Newcastle are now 2 points clear of us at the top of the table. But I mean, coming into the start of the season, we were predicted only to make the playoffs. That's all the board had wanted with the playoffs. Newcastle were predicted to win the league, and I'd imagine that's exactly what Benitez has got to do from the board. So if we finish second in the table, we've had a damn good season, and we've probably slightly exceeded expectations. But we just need to get this job finished now. There's still a lot of games to go. So I'm going to play quite a few games now off camera. I'm going to come back for the Reading game. They're in playoff contention. Got some really winnable games here against sort of pretty much mid-table or teams that are fighting relegation. Got Ipswich coming up in a couple of games, but I won't be doing that as a live com. This time it's too close to the Newcastle game. The Newcastle is a much bigger game in terms of the season, although obviously Ipswich is the big rival game. But yeah, Reading will be a perfect comeback. Only got 14 games left in the season. Play Reading. We'll know then whether we're within a decent chance of getting promoted, and then we can come back for one of these games towards the end of the season where hopefully we'll win promotion or maybe even win the title. So if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you want to see more. I'm Fuddled Fox FM. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.